Hello, everybody. Brian Otten, Marketing Director with the Greater Wausau Chamber of Commerce. This is the fifth of 11 Small Business of the Year Award finalist interviews that we're conducting. The third one today. Right now I'm on the west side of Wausau at Health in Motion, joined by Ben Solheim from Health in Motion. And Ben, we can get right into it. For those watching that maybe aren't familiar with Health in Motion, tell them what your business is all about, maybe a little bit of the history.
Yeah, that sounds great. So we are a group that primarily practices physical therapy. If folks don't know what that is or what we do, we take people who are painfully moving and make them move a lot better and a lot freer. The thing I say to people oftentimes is if it hurts while it moves, we can usually treat it. So we just really enjoy helping people change lives and making pretty dramatic shifts without surgery or drugs or any medications and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty fun.
Great. And tell me, I know there are multiple Health in Motion locations.
Yes.
Tell me about those other locations, and I guess how big is your staff here?
Yeah, so here we have around 6, but we overall have around 60 or so staff. We have 10 locations within the state of Wisconsin and 1 location in Pennsylvania. We had a guy who had worked for us from Pennsylvania for a while. He was with us for about 4 or 5 years, went through residency with us, and just really enjoyed the brand and what we're doing and wanted to bring it back to his hometown. So we looked at it for a while and said, well, let's give it a shot, and it's doing well out there now. So
cool. What part of Pennsylvania?
So Newcastle would be the west,
okay.
Northwest portion. Yeah.
Sure. All right. We've talked about this with other finalists. The way that the process works is businesses are nominated for the award, and then they have the opportunity to complete an application. And that application process for a lot of businesses reveals some things to them about their history, maybe things that they've forgotten about the path from where they started to where they are currently. Was there anything that kind of jumped out at you when you went through that application process?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you recount your history and kind of go, all right, where did we come from? What's kind of our origin story here? And that part of that origin story is that my business partner Tim Thorson had started a clinic in '94 in Rhinelander, and the reason why he started it was because he wanted to make physical therapy more accessible. He was currently working for a hospital group and wanted to do some things to hey, let's let the public know they can come see us directly, that we can be our first line of defense for people who are moving not well and painful, and let's get out there and do it. And the hospital system he was working for just didn't want to get behind it and support it. And so he's like, fine, I'll just do it myself.
Sure.
So he did that and has always been a staunch advocate for being able to be that primary PT or primary care PT effectively throughout our time. And it just surprised me about how much our roots of that are still very much alive today, more than 30 years later, with being able to go out in the communities and preach that same word, that message that has been out there for a while. I mean, we've been able to see patients without a referral since 1989, nice. So that's a message that still needs to get out to the public. But we're still trying to do that stuff, trying to make ourselves more accessible, opening locations in places where people are and they need help. And it's really fun to see that legacy continuing to live on.
And I can remember the ribbon cutting for this location. Yeah. When did this location open?
This location was 2017. We actually opened up in Wausau in 2014, okay. Downtown, just above Malarkey's.
That's right.
That we were on the 2nd floor there. And that space we had right away. It was like 1,000 square feet, maybe 1,200. And then we ended up renting another suite that was next to it. So just to expand from the space we need. And then after a while, we just outgrew the space completely. And so we needed to build a new location or come over here. And that's kind of what happened. We've been here for 8 years now. It's been great.
And you talk about the growth of the business. Who are some of the people, and it could be individuals, it could be entire groups of people. Who are some of the people that you credit that growth to?
I think our leadership team has been really good. And one of the things that we've tried to do more and more, especially over the recent years here, is be able to give them more autonomy, give them more responsibility of look, this is your clinic, this is your ownership, and they have really stepped into that quite nicely. And I've really enjoyed seeing our clinic leads kind of step into those roles quite nicely. I think our leadership team has done a nice job of empowering them for sure. But all of that stage kind of being set by Tim, our founder. And it's been really, really nice to see that kind of growth happen as we've gone along here.
Yeah, and it is cool to see that growth. I started at the chamber in 2015. Remember that the ribbon cutting here. I think we might have done something at your previous location.
Yeah, I think we did a maybe
it was the
business actor. It was a business after 5.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Sure.
we did that for the whole building down there in Malarkey's. I think
Okay.
I organized a bunch of people doing that. It was fun.
So I guess anything else that you want to add while we've got an audience here about your business?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that sets us apart from others is our focus on kind of as much as possible a one-on-one care model, and where we're trying to get as high quality as we can for the time that we have, and that our outcomes are proven. I mean, when you look at the outcomes from our office, and that would be measured on a national scale, there's like a functional outcome measure that we have everybody take at the beginning, middle, and end, and kind of see how things are at. Those outcomes are in the top 25% of the country, if not international, because they use them in Canada and Mexico as well, but certainly North America. And then the other thing that we have is more than 97% of our patients would rate their likelihood to refer a family friend or coworker as a 9 out of 10. Like 97% are saying 9 out of, or 10 out of 10 would refer a family friend or coworker here.
Yes.
Which is really speaking to the experience that they're having with our office, and we're pretty proud of that. But I think more than anything, I just so much appreciate our patients and the community that we have around us that continue to support us and come into our offices and trust us with their care. You know, that's a huge thing to have someone's trust from the community and saying, look, I'm not feeling well, and I need you to guide me in what I can do to make this feel better.
Sure. Just in my family, you know, I have a son that had to go through a lot of physical therapy, and definitely can attest to the value and to the huge amount of growth that can come out of that. So
absolutely,
yeah, well done.
And we've also got quite a bit of support from this. So the other thing we have is our providers have spouses that give up plenty of time for their spouses. Sure. and allowing us to have them for as long as we do. I know I very much want to thank my wife Mary, who has supported me throughout this entire process and deeply investing in the company and Sure. the time, and it's been very nice to have that support from her.
Awesome. Yeah, you got to have the family kind of all in. You know, when you're running a small business. So.
That's right.
Well, Ben, I appreciate the time. It was good to see you.
Yeah, you as well.
And we'll wrap this up. I'm going to remind everybody that's watching, the Small Business of the Year Awards are going to be presented at the Business Expo on Thursday, April 17th. The actual awards program we're going to live stream with the help of WAOW. Brad Hansen will be the MC, and that program will take place at 10 a.m. And so if you're at the Expo as an exhibitor, we encourage you to swing by the finalist row to witness the actual announcement of the recipients. If you're not at the Expo, you're going to be able to watch it on Facebook. So thanks for watching. This is 5 out of 11, like I said, so we're almost halfway there. Got another one of these at, I believe, 3 p.m. this afternoon up north of Merrill at In the Light. And we will encourage you to keep on watching these profiles. Thanks again, Ben.
All right, thanks so much.